Shalom, Apostle Talk coming back at you once again. Give it all praise to Yahweh by Hashem, Yahweh Shai, by Hashem, Rakah Kodash. And I'm going to entitle this GMS Comes in the Spirit of Job. And what I mean by that is, I looked up, well, when you read the story of Job, Job was considered the richest man in the East. And he had lost his riches because there was a bet going on between Satan and the Most High in the spiritual realm, and Job didn't know about it, which proves that Satan, for you wacky ass Christians out there that teach that Satan was cast out of heaven, Satan was never the spiritual demon Satan was never cast out of heaven. Satan and the demons are still in the spiritual realm, and it even tells you that when you read the whole first chapter and the whole second chapter of Job. It just goes to show you that you don't know the scriptures. Anyway, let me get back into the subject, all right? I'm going to try to make this short and sweet. Anyway, I looked up the word Job, or the name Job, to get the meaning of the name. And I looked it up before, but never really paid it no mind. And if you go to the word Job in the blue letter and you click on the to get the Hebrew or the Greek or whatever, it's H347, and the word is Ayawab. So Job's name in the Hebrew is Ayawab. And the etymology is Ayab. And the word means simply hated. It said a patriarch, the subject of the book of Job. And by the way, Job is an Israelite, or Job was an Israelite, and Job still is an Israelite, whether he's here among us or in the spirit realm. Because you got these, going back to these wacky ass Christians, talking about Job was an Edomite. Now, if Job was an Edomite, why would the Most High love Job? But he said in Malachi 1, he hated Esau. And it ain't talking about the man Esau, he hates the Edomites. And I did a subject on asking a question to these Christians about prophecies of the Edomites, which some of them clowns are saying, oh, it already took place. And one clown brought out, I don't have in front of me the comment, because I took him down. I blocked him, because look, man, we just attacking you. You know, this is spiritual guerrilla warfare, man. Anything you do, we're going to attack. Anyway, the comment, he said something, he quoted in the comment section of my video, which like I said, I took it down, I blocked him, so you can come back with another YouTube page. Anyway, I believe it was First Maccabees. I believe it was First Maccabees 5 verse 3, if I'm not mistaken, or 3 verse 5. Matter of fact, let me go ahead and look it up. Anyway, this is not important. Anyway, the scripture says that how the Maccabees basically defeated the Edomites. So he used that to say, well, that's a fulfillment of Esau being destroyed. No. If that was the case, where did the Herodian dynasty come from? They're Edomites. If you go to any Bible dictionary, or you go to Google and you put in the Herod or the Herodian dynasty, it will tell you that they're Edomites. So if Judas Maccabees did away with the Edomites and fulfilled those prophecies, well, where did they come from? Where did the Herodians come from? And John Hyrcanus, which is the first, which was the nephew of Judas Maccabees, he forced the Edomites to follow the law, statutes, and commandments. So you got to work a little harder. You got to get your facts together. Esau is in his power right now. And let me just throw this. Let me ask you this question. Obadiah, which is one chapter long, what is that talking about? I'm talking about from the first verse to the last verse. Anyway, the word, like I said, the word Job, which is Ayawab, means hated. So I said, that fits us, man. These are a lot of people hate us. And you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to put in these other Israelite groups out there that are really banging on Esau, banging on the 2/3 of Jake, pushing that word out, man. You know, because there's a spirit of Israelites, mainly the ones that come, really we're talking about One Westers, because if you were never part of One West, and maybe you followed us, and you never became a part of GMS, or you never became a part of IUIC, or you never became a part of ISUPK, or any of those groups that came out of One West, but you watched our videos, and you kind of came up with your own thing. You have a lot of groups out there that started with GMS and broke off, and then they started their own, you know, little thing, which you're still our fruit, okay? You're still our fruit, all right? All you groups that broke off and you doing the work on going out there doing your own thing, you know, I commend you for that. If you are teaching the gospel correctly, if you're on the highways and the byways and you're teaching the gospel correctly, I'll commend you on that. But guess what? You're still our fruit, and that's never going to change. When the kingdom comes, you're gonna be our fruit. It's gonna be in the book, in the history books. You are fruit, and just like Lahab used to say, "Look, troop, you are fruit." Okay, troop. Anyway, let's deal with the word hated. So I put in the word hated. And it occurs 60 times in 56 verses in the KJV, King James Version. And I pulled out maybe 6. And I'm going to read these scriptures. This is Proverbs 14, verse 20. The poor is hated, and we are called bums by certain camps. What's synonymous with bum? Poor, the poor. What does it tell you in James? That the truth was given to the poor, rich in faith. That's why we're going to be out there for the rest of the winter. It says the poor is hated even of his own neighbor, but the rich have many friends. And some of these camps out here that look good on the outside, they got their shit together, so to speak. That attracts people. That attracts people. You know, when you got your everything together, the money's right. You got this, you got that. All right. It says, I'm going to read that again. Proverbs 14, verse 20. The poor is hated, like these mega churches, right? A lot of people follow these mega churches, these pastors of mega churches, simply because they have a big crystal cathedral. They wear those $5,000 suits. They ride around in brand new not just your average Chevy, you know, or Ford. They're driving around in Rolls Royces, man. They got Lear jets, and people are attracted to that. The poor is hated even of his own neighbor, but the rich hath many friends. And that's a true saying. That's a true saying. Let your ass hit the lotto. Let your ass hit the lotto for $100 million, and watch how many friends, all your old high school girls that you liked, they gonna pop out of the goddamn with them like termites. Them termites. I call them termites. They're gonna pop out of the woodwork, man. All your family, all of a sudden they're gonna find your number. They don't know your number. I don't know your number. If I had your number, look, if you hit the lotto for $100 million, or let's say you drafted in the NBA, you first draft pick. All your old friends, your chicks that you used to deal with, that didn't want to deal with you no more, all your relatives, your cousins, your uncles, your next door neighbors, they're going to say nothing but good about you. The poor is hated even of his own neighbor, but the rich have many friends. And that's a true statement. This is Isaiah 66 verse 5. Hear the word of Yahweh, ye that tremble at his word. Meaning, you fear the word of the Most High. You read the word of the Most High, and the reason why we go out on the highways and the byways, and the reason why we push this word is because of fear. We fear the Most High, because we know what the Most High could do. It says, give diligence to make thy calling and election sure. Your brethren that hated you, that cast you out for my name's sake. What's the Most High's name? Yahweh. What's his son's name? Yahweh Shai. Said, let Yahweh be glorified, but he shall appear to your joy, and they shall be ashamed. Matthew 10 verse 22. And Matthew's the 10th chapter, that whole chapter from the first verse to the last verse, there's a whole lot in there, a lot of meat in there. And Matthew's the 10th chapter applies to us today. It says, and ye shall be hated of all men for my name's sake, but he that endureth to the end shall be saved. So a lot of guys through the years have fallen out. A lot of guys fallen out recently and became scoffers. So we're going to have to see what their latter end is. Matthew 24 verse 9. Then shall they deliver you up to be afflicted, and shall kill you. And ye shall be hated of all nations for my name's sake. That's why them wacky ass Christians keep coming at us. They're coming at us because of hate. Last scripture. John 15 verse 18. If the world hate you, ye know that it hated me before it hated you. So if Yahweh Shai was on the scene, they would hate him. They would look to kill him. If the Apostle Paul was on the scene, which he probably is, they would hate him. Do you think they would love Apostle Paul? They hated the Apostle Paul back then. Anyway, with that, I'm going to say shalom.